Hi, I'm Jared Hillam. Wall Street is worried about one thing and one thing only, and that's the future. No matter how amazing your organization has performed in the past, they want to know that you're going to knock their socks off 3 months from now. This has a profound impact on organizations, as it requires them to plan in detail about how much business they will generate and what costs they will incur. A majority of this burden falls on the shoulders of the CFO. But CFOs don't generally make these predictions alone. To get this information, CFOs will assign line of business managers to provide these forecasts for their business lines. Then the CFO team will roll up the results to provide a company-wide perspective. That sounds pretty simple, right? Well, it's not. In fact, in most cases, it's an absolute mess. The process usually starts with the Office of the CFO creating a template in Excel. This template then gets sent out to all the line of business managers, asking them to input their forecast for next quarter or next year. After a line of business manager fills out the Excel spreadsheet, they'll email it back to the Office of the CFO so they can be consolidated to provide a corporate forecast. If the CFO's team were dealing with only one or two line of business managers, this process would be pretty easy. But in most organizations, they're dealing with dozens of people that are creating and evaluating forecasts. So the minute that the finance team thinks that their forecasts are complete, they will get yet another revision or an update that must get incorporated into the final tally. On top of that, finance has to track the most up-to-date version of the spreadsheets out of hundreds of revised copies sitting in their email boxes. After this painful process is wrapped up and the forecasts are released, the circus starts all over again in preparation for the next forecast. So as you can see, budgeting and planning is an Excel nightmare. And this is where budgeting and planning tools step into the picture. The challenge of budgeting and planning from a business intelligence perspective is that it requires two kinds of activities: read and write. In order for line of business managers to predict the future, they will need to see their past performance. This will help them answer questions like whether trending is steadily increasing and if there are certain months which have spikes or valleys. This also allows managers to see how their expenditures are panning out. All these activities are read activities, which is functionality that every business intelligence tool provides. However, when it comes to writing back our estimates, we quickly hit a wall, and the number of business intelligence platforms that provide this functionality drops dramatically, which is why so many organizations revert to manually passing around Excel files and hand-tallying their estimates. Budgeting and planning tools solve this challenge by deploying their data into OLAP cubes. For more about OLAP, I recommend you see our video called What is OLAP? In OLAP, we get the ability to explicitly model how we want the data to roll up. So it provides a great place to not only see historical data, but it also allows us to input our future plans. Because the future plans are input directly into a model that has a predefined roll-up, the results are automatically consolidated for the Office of the CFO. This means that we avoid the Excel mess of trying to hand consolidate each Excel spreadsheet sent via email. Additionally, this gives the line of business managers a vision of their rolled up estimates. While I've focused this video on the Office of the CFO, by no means is that the only group that needs to plan and forecast. Sales, supply chain, HR, and many other teams need these capabilities. Anytime you are working as a team and rolling up regular forecasts, budgeting and planning tools should be considered as an alternative to exchanging Excel spreadsheets. The good news is that most budgeting and planning tools use Excel as their canvas, so the transition from an expertise perspective is minimal. Any organization seeking to use these kinds of tools should incorporate a few important considerations. Number one, your OLAP cube ideally should be an in-memory structure so that your users can see the immediate roll-up of the numbers they put into their forecasts. Number two, both your historical data and your future forecasts should seamlessly transfer to a web interface so that larger audiences can be informed and participate in planning activities. Number three, Your planning tools should allow you to distribute estimates at any level in the cube. This means not only should you be able to forecast the whole year all at once and have those numbers distributed to each month, but you should also be able to plan 1 month and have it roll up to the year. Number 4, your planning tool should natively allow you to work from Excel to conduct the planning process. And number 5, your planning tool should be able to scale to large quantities of people and data. Hitting dead ends because of performance issues is not something you want to deal with after all the manpower has been put into getting the planning process correct. Intricity is uniquely able to guide its customers through these and other important considerations when diving into the budgeting and planning process. I recommend that you reach out to Intricity and talk with one of our specialists. We can help you organize your Excel mess and provide a path that will deliver timely and accurate historical performance as well as future planning.